See our diversity in America not as something to fear, but as something to welcome because it's a source of our national strength.
Our diversity, not only in our army, but in our country, is a strength. And as horrific as this tragedy was, if our diversity becomes a casualty, I think that's worse.
We believe that our growing diversity is an asset.
We must do everything in our power to educate people about diversity, to educate people about the strength that comes from difference.
We understand that there's strength in our diversity.
Diversity is the Democratic Party's greatest strength.
That we find strength in our diversity.
Our diversity is, in fact, a source of remarkable strength.
Strength, diversity.
We think the diversity is the strength of the Republican Party.
Diversity is not a strength. You've probably heard about 1 million people say that it is, but they're all politicians and liars, propagandists. And, you know, they can say it as many times as they want, but that doesn't make it true. Actually, the opposite is true, which is why mass immigration is being promoted. Because governments do not like strength in the people that they are trying to rule. They like weakness, and diversity is weakness. A diverse group of people can be strong if they are unified, but they are less likely to be unified if they don't even speak the same language. It's kind of hard to unify, don't you think? If you can't even understand each other. This is why the fasces, the symbol of Nazi Germany, think what you want about Nazi Germany, but the symbol, the fasces with all the sticks together, you can't break 100 sticks put together if they're all facing the same direction. You can break one at a time, individually, and that's the point, divide and conquer. And you divide people by diversifying them. You know, when I was in high school, the black kids always sat by themselves. No one forced them to. No one said, you guys have to sit over here. But ethno-centrism is natural. Wanting to be around people who look like you is natural. Animals do it. Humans do it. There's nothing racist about it. I never thought, oh, those black people don't want to hang out with me because they're racist. And it's not any more racist when a white person does it. It's natural. Diversity is great. It's just not a strength. Think about it like this. This is an analogy that I think I came up with. Or maybe I heard it somewhere and I forgot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's a good analogy. Spices, spice cabinet. If you took all your spices in your spice cabinet and you mixed them all into one bowl or one container, they would be completely useless. They wouldn't have their individual value anymore. You wouldn't be able to use oregano, thyme, and rosemary and not use bay leaves, garlic, and cilantro. You just have this mix that's completely useless. So diversity is good. I think, you know, the thing that is being promoted is actually the opposite of diversity. It's newspeak. It's a lie. It's not diversity. Diversity is when you have Nigerians in Nigeria, and you have Japanese people in Japan, and you have Swedish people in Sweden, and in America, it's kind of a tough call. I mean, if the black people want their own country, I think they should have it. I think the immigration should be, you know the saying grandfathered in? Like if your grandfather was in America, then you should be able to stay in America. But if you just came here, you should go back to where you came from. So we have a kind of a unique situation with how many black people are in America. And I think for the most part, we've learned to get along. And obviously there are some exceptions to that, and there are some things that need to be worked on. But we definitely can't rely on the government to fix those problems. We need to address them ourselves. But at the very least, people should be speaking the same language. Like, if all the black people in America didn't speak English, which some of them kind of don't. But then again, some white people are really bad at speaking English too. So anyway, if for some reason all the black people didn't speak English, then that would be a problem. Then I'd be like, we got to get them out of here because they're just gonna self-segregate. And so that's what's happening in like Europe, for example, in Sweden, you know, or any country where mass immigration's happening. The people don't assimilate. They find other people like them and they make their own little cells. And don't you think it's weird that white countries, historically, traditionally, predominantly white countries, are being told, you need to diversify, you don't have enough black people. But the black countries are not being told that. Why is that? Don't they need more diversity to be strong? Huh. Nigeria actually made a law where you can't have non-Nigerian in advertisements. Good for them. If a white country did that, oh my God, so racist. And what about Israel? Because pretty much every NGO, non-government organization, every nonprofit that's involved in helping migrants go from black countries or Muslim countries to white countries, most of these are Israeli organizations. So they're promoting miscegenation, you know, mixing of different races in other countries, but not in their own. If it's such a good thing, that would be kind of like me saying, hey, here, eat some of this candy, it's so delicious. And then they say, oh, okay, don't you want some? Oh, no, I don't want any. But I think all of you should have some. I don't really like it, but I think you would all like it. Wouldn't that be a little suspicious? Wouldn't you think that maybe I'm handing out poison? Well, that's exactly what diversity is. It's poison. People deserve to have their own cultures everywhere. White, black, Asian, whatever. Everyone has the right to exclude people from their culture who they feel don't fit in or don't share their values, or even just their language, like I said before. If you're going to migrate somewhere, you should at least be speaking the language, and most migrants these days are not willing to do that because there are so many others like them that they can just speak their own language amongst themselves. Anyway, call me racist, call me whatever you want. Unity is strength. You're more likely to be unified if you all look the same. It's easier. Ethnocentrism is natural. Whatever color. I am in favor of ethnocentrism in Nigeria, in Japan, in Sweden. It's all good. All right. Peace. Keep your spice cabinets segregated.
Diversity is our strength.
Our diversity is our strength.
Diversity is our strength.
Because diversity is our strength.
Diversity is our strength.
Diversity, which is our strength.
Our diversity is our strength.
Diversity is our strength.
Country's strength is our diversity. It's not our weakness.
Our diversity is our strength.
Our diversity is a strength and a blessing.
Diversity is one of our great strengths.
Diversity is one of our greatest strengths.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Our diversity is our greatest strength.
Our diversity is a strength.
And we honor the strength of our diversity.
Our diversity is our strength is our diversity.
Our diversity is our strength.
Diversity and our strength and our
strength of our diversity.
Our diversity is a strength.
Most Americans realize our diversity is our strength.
We need societies that recognize diversity as a source of strength, not as a source of weakness.